Lugnuts Weekly, Episode 3. Your host, Jesse Goldberg Strassler. Good morning, Jesse. Happy Monday. How are you, sir?
Good morning, Booney. I'm doing great. How are you?
Excellent. Excellent. Lansing, 4-2 in the week. Brings them to a record overall, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. 5-3. We're going to do something new this week, if you don't mind. Everybody has a player of the week. What we're going to do is going to do a thumbnail of the week. Who is going to earn that cover of thumbnail of the week? Last week it was Rodney Green Jr. Who's it going to be this week? Jesse, something that has been stressing me out incredibly, and I have to talk about it with you. But first and foremost, like I said, Lugnuts, 4-2. They visited Fort Wayne, and the week started out with a boom. Casey Yamauchi. We went back and forth a little bit with regard to it on X and what the show he put on Wednesday. You talked about Casey. We talked about him week one, what he brings to a team, what he could potentially be in the major leagues. Tell me a little bit about his performance, what you thought of it, if he's kind of turned the corner from what you saw last year.
Yeah, well, first, let me give you a hint of his final home run of the day.
Get that all the way down. There it is.
The team. It's
wow.
In the air, deep to left center field. Back of the wall, that ball is gone.
We didn't see this type of power last year, Jesse.
Yeah, I wanted you to see
that. Ball game even further open with his second home run of the night. 13-1 Lansing.
Okay, so Casey.
Yeah, he's locked in, as they like to say. His only blemish is, a fifth inning. I'm sorry, a third inning. I'm sorry, looking at the.
So just to understand how weird this was, how anomalous this felt, how unexpected this was, Booney. Casey Yamauchi had played 229 minor league baseball games. He had hit 2 home runs. He had hit 1 inside the ballpark, and he had hit 1 outside the ballpark. 1 inside the park last year in Lansing with his family there in attendance. That was amazing. It was Casey's first home run. He got moved up at the very end of the season in Midland, and he homered over the fence for the Rockhounds. 229 games, 2 homers, and he homers twice on Wednesday in Fort Wayne. And that one, you watch that home run go, and you go, oh, this is a guy who does this more often than just 4 homers in 230 games. This was amazing.
3 for 5, 6 RBIs, 3 runs scored. He walked once. What's your thoughts on from what you saw of him last year to this year? Are you seeing him bulked up a little bit? I think the big stereotype on Casey is like, hey, scrapper, be there for you every day. But I didn't expect this type of power. We didn't really see it from him last year.
Remember when Jacob Wilson started hitting home runs and people went,
yes,
whoa, is this now part of his game?
Right.
I thought this guy was just going to punch 79 mile an hour singles.
Right.
2023, Jacob Wilson gets drafted. Casey Yamauchi gets signed as a undrafted free agent out of Hawaii Hilo. So very small baseball program.
Division II.
Well, end of the year in Lansing, Jacob gets hurt. So it's Casey who's sent to replace him to end the season. And I watched him play and I go, oh, we're going to build the whole plane out of Jacob Wilson now, huh?
Yeah.
He's Willie. So last year, he was the hardest player to strike out in the Midwest League.
Sure.
The hardest.
Right.
And one of the top 5 hardest players to strike out in minor league baseball.
Yep.
His bat to ball skills are awesome. His defense is awesome. He scraps. He puts his bat on the ball. And now he put in the strength and conditioning work.
Right.
There's more power now than there's ever been before. He's always been able to hit it. You put a pitcher on the mound throwing 103, Casey Yamauchi is going to be able to put his bat on the ball. But this was something that shocked his teammates.
Absolutely shocked. I think shocked everybody to be honest. But the man that might have been the most impressive last week, and I've kind of had my eye on him a little bit, and we talked briefly about him last week, but when we talk about him, it's always an association with somebody else. Last week, it was an association with Dylan Fiend, but Davis Diaz is starting to kind of make a mark on his own. Jesse, right now he's hitting 524. His OPS is 1.357. He went absolutely off last week. 7th round pick, 8th round pick in 2024 out of Vanderbilt. Always thought of him as just like an 8th round pick at a Vanderbilt. Is he going to hang around, or is he going to be kind of that journeyman type of guy looking for a spot? But hey, I think he turned a lot of heads last week, or maybe he did it.
The way that I thought about him was developmental prospect at catcher. He was a college infielder. He played second, third base at Vandy.
Yeah.
And then the A's, when they drafted him, they announced him as a catcher with the express object to try to develop him behind home plate, because you can never have enough catching.
No, you can't.
But Booney, it's tough to develop a catcher. How long do you think that takes in the minors? It takes years.
Yeah. Yeah.
So last year, it's his first year, and it's a lot on his plate. And you could see it's taken some time, and his offense suffered as he's putting all this work behind the dish. So now he comes back this year. He's our number one catcher. He caught half of our first 6 games of the year. But that he's doing this, and you go, oh, he's relaxed. And now this is the Vanderbilt bat. And over the course of this week against Fort Wayne, he had 2 hits on Wednesday. He had a hit and a walk on Thursday. He had 2 doubles and a walk on Friday. He had 3 singles, a double, knocked in 3, scored 3 on Saturday. Plus, he was hit by a pitch, so he got on 5 out of 6 times.
Yeah.
And then on Sunday, he comes back with a single, a double, and 2 more walks. He's reached base 18 times in 6 games.
Unbelievable. What is that? What is that?
I gave you this highlight reel. Let's watch this. This is from Saturday, Davis Diaz's game against Fort Wayne.
8 different players drafted by the Sooners.
Oh, we're looking for
2-1 up the middle. Can't quite get the glove there. Backhanded in and out of the glove of Dylan Grego.
All right,
Grego
just punch it
nearly
up
had
the
a
middle.
great second play up the middle that time. But Davis Diaz continues his great start, his 6th hit of the series.
I love that.
Breaking ball on the ground, past the diving glove of Verdugo, and down the left field line. This will roll all the way to the corner. It'll score 2. Boser in, Yamauchi in, stopping after a hard turn at second is Diaz, and Lansing up 3-0 here in the 3rd. Line shot into the glove of Diaz. Hey, Mom, look what I found.
Is that him at third?
That's him at third base.
Another great play at third. A swing and miss. This is on the ground. That's going to scoot through
right through the hole.
side.
Beautiful
Davis
piece of hitting.
Diaz with a
right side of the infield
day.
is open. Inside out that ball.
Absolutely.
8th rounder in 2024 is having a heck of a series. His 8th hit, now in his 5th game of college at U of A. 2-2.
Jeez, look at that. Look at that.
And into left
That's a
field.
slider down and away.
That's a tough pitch.
Taylor on to second, and Lansing another 3-run frame.
Chance in the 12th, and Bogarts delivered.
Slap the other
Another
way.
play
What
at third.
a catch by Davis Diaz, and Yamauchi late to the second base bag, trying to double up Cunningham.
So I wanted to show you all of that, Booney, just to say he's our catcher. But he plays a great third base and a great second base. And he's getting hits to the right side, up the middle, pulled down the left field line drives here and there. You see, it's just complete baseball.
How is he defensively?
As an infielder, exceptional. There was a play on Sunday. It's first and third.
Yeah.
And so there's nobody out. There's major trouble afoot. And there's another smash down to third, and he handles it, and he's got the presence of mind. Hold that runner at third. Don't you score. And he starts up a 5-4-3 double play. As a catcher, well, I'm so glad that you asked as a catcher, because as a catcher, that's been a blast too. This was the first game of the series, and Fort Wayne tries to run on him.
Long wait. Runners off of first. Throw
Look
down
at that.
It's a good one.
Wow. Look at that pop
Tavares
time.
Diaz cut down, trying to snag
There you
seconds. And that's out number 1.
But they try him again.
2023 catcher making his debut with the Blue Jays. Runner off. Rodriguez cuts and misses. Throw down, and Wells is out by a mile.
Hey, he looks like one of those guys that can profile as both an infielder, a catcher. I mean, what a value to a team when you could stick someone behind the plate anywhere on the infield.
Yes. And then he's just getting on base. every single plate appearance.
Yeah, his offense has been impressive, no question about it. We talked a little bit about this pitcher last week, and what has impressed me the most is that he's doing one thing that he never does, is walk people. But yet, he's still, when you look at his stats, 9 1/3, no runs. Zane Taylor, how impressive was he in the second start? How did he look to you? What was your take? It walked 2 guys. He's walked 5 guys in 9 innings, which is just unheard of for a guy like Zane Taylor. But what's more impressive is still nothing. So his stuff plays.
The word bulldog I associate with a pitcher who, even when they don't have their best stuff, they're not going to give in.
Yeah.
Zane Taylor doesn't give in.
Yeah.
Fort Wayne was getting guys on against him. And
Yeah.
as soon as they did, he locked in and they went nowhere. He's got a knack for throwing the double play ball. I think Zane Taylor, like I think our other Taylor, Devin Taylor, it's one of those things where these guys might have the most talent on the team. It's up there.
Yeah.
Zane Taylor is one of the most talented pitchers in the league. Devin Taylor is one of the most talented hitters in the league. It's not amazing yet, but you can just see, hey, tread water. And when tread water comes from scoreless innings and stranding runners and getting strikeouts and double plays, I think at some point this year that Zane is going to break out and dominate. And what especially impresses me is he has shown the knack for pitch efficiency. Even when he's not hitting his spots, you're never making him work all that hard. So it's another outing of me going, it was fine, and they didn't score. It's so cool that you're like, he wasn't at his best, and they didn't score.
We talked about this guy turning the corner, waiting for him to turn the corner. And my question to you is, did Steven Echevarria turn the corner? 5 innings, 1 hit, 6 Ks. He did walk 4, but that's going to come with time, that control. I think it's going to end up being fine. But other than that, I saw parts of this game. He looked dominant. And correct me if I'm wrong.
Well, and this is why I really like talking it all out with you, Booney, is because there's some context that if you just look at the box score, you're not going to know about.
Right.
He got squeezed. And in fact, so did Zane. So did every single pitcher all week between Lansing and Fort Wayne.
Yeah.
These umpires were tough. They weren't giving the bottom of the zone. They weren't giving the top of the zone. They weren't giving you the corners. And it got tougher as the game went on. So what might have been a strike in the first or the second inning, as Steven gets into the 4th and the 5th, suddenly he's not getting that strike either.
Yeah.
So I look at those walks and I go, he was throwing pitches that I think were good pitches and not getting the call. But just so you and I can watch, here's how he got his strikeouts.
Here's his 1-2. Got him swinging.
No chance.
Here's the 0-2.
Oh,
and he got him looking out there in Knoxville. Did he go this time?
Look at
Yes,
that
he
breaking
did.
ball.
Umpire Dylan Reeves rings him up. Major leaguer and Frank Catalanato. 1-2.
Will
got him
he?
swinging.
I mean, that thing just jumps.
He's in there before going to Penn State. Fast 9 cuts and misses.
That change up.
1-2. Got him swinging. Echevarria hopping off the mound, fired up as he gets out of his first jam of the day.
Jeez.
See, when you watch it, you go,
yeah, right? Absolutely. What is he due to make a start this week?
Yes. So he should start for us, I believe, on Wednesday.
On Wednesday. And this week, you guys are Western Michigan.
Yeah, this is the arch rival. This is the Detroit Tigers squad from out near the Grand Rapids area.
It is.
Won the league title last year.
Okay.
And they're older. That's the thing. When you take on different teams, each team has its own cultural thing.
Sure.
Fort Wayne is very young. The Padres have very young guys there. Cleveland, Lake County, they're left-handed.
Yeah.
When you take on West Michigan, when you take on a Tigers team, those guys are going to be experienced. I think they've got Roberto Campos back in their outfield, who played in all of 2023 and all of 2024 down in West Michigan, and he spent all last year in AA, and I think he's still there back in West Michigan. You got a bunch of guys who've been around. So when you take on the Graybeards, how do you do? And I especially want everyone to understand when you're playing in Lansing, Michigan, there should be offense. It's the best offensive ballpark in the Midwest League. So how do the pitchers perform? It's going to be interesting. But right now, Lansing's starting pitchers have the best ERA in minor league baseball. Lansing starters have allowed 7 runs in 38 innings. That is a 1.66.
Oh my
starting
God.
ERA.
Is that right? That is unbelievable. I did not know. I knew it was impressive because, obviously every day I'm trying to watch what I can with regard to Lugnut baseball, but I'll see the box scores. I'm like, wow, that pitcher looked good. That pitcher looked good. But when you sum it up, I didn't realize it was that good.
Can I give you a couple more stats for you?
Please do.
Okay. So I think that all of these stats should be given with the caveat of it's early. So these are the way too early stats. Lansing was the last team in minor league baseball to commit an error this year. They have 1 error this whole season in 295 chances. Lansing is allowing the fewest stolen bases in the Midwest League. Dylan Feen, Carlos Franco, Davis Diaz, 3 stolen bases in 7 attempts through this 8-game stretch.
Wow.
Lansing has through the most double plays in all of single A and A advanced. Lansing is the best ERA in the Midwest League. So we're talking the defense is sharp, the pitching is sharp, and the offense is exceptional and has the best hitter in the whole league.
I want to talk to you about this guy real quick. I want to ask you about him just because there's always curiosity when we're on the West Coast here about Oregon State. And Ryan Brown, 16th round pick, 2023 out of Oregon State. What's your thoughts about him? That Oregon State team always has a team that is just dynamic throughout the country. And when you get one of these guys, some of these guys on great teams get lost in the shuffle. And I'm wondering if Ryan Brown's one of those guys.
Ryan Brown missed all of last season due to injury. So just getting him back on the mound, that's success. I thought he looked better than okay in taking the mound.
Yeah.
Ryan Brown's got a changeup.
Really?
Now, I was standing right behind him as he's going, him and his throwing partner are working before a game. And I'm watching his breaking stuff move. I'm getting a little jelly like as the pitch comes and whoom, it's got this little veer to it. His fastball that he showed off in his initial couple of appearances was only about 90 miles an hour. This changeup, though, boom, and Fort Wayne had no chance. So I think that it's going to be great to see how things go as he continues to get back in rhythm, back on the mound. That changeup is a strikeout pitch.
Jesse, and we're seeing that at the major league level with a guy like Jeffrey Springs, who's out pitches that changeup, right? When they're coming back from injury, that fastball isn't there yet. It's his fastball last year, for example, is around 90. And he gets a little bit more strength. And when your changeup's your out pitch, and you get that fastball ticking up to 92, 93, all of a sudden that changeup, forget about it. And that's why we're seeing such a big change with Jeffrey Springs. I'm hoping the same thing for Ryan Brown as he gets older and gets more strength.
Well, and when the changeup is something that you can command like that, then you can throw that changeup in a strike 1 count. Let's say the count is 0-1, 1-1, changeup. Hitter is baffled out in front or takes it. Now you've got them 2 strikes, and now their bat is a little bit slower when you surprise them with a fastball.
I want to transition to the not so good and what has been stressing me out. Jesse, help me out. I can't help but have paid attention to this individual every single day. On Saturday, when I saw the score 12-4, I got excited. And the first thing I did, I didn't get a chance to see the game. First thing I did when I looked at the box score was I looked for Rodney Green's name, and he struggled. And he's been struggling this week. And all I can think of when you're rooting for someone as much as I am, as we all are for Rodney Green, we can't think of last year how he started and then kind of fizzled out. And what has me concerned is the strikeouts are back. What happened this week with Rodney Green? Was it a step back, or was it just, hey, this is baseball?
The way that the minor league schedule works, where you go against the same team Tuesday through Sunday.
Yeah.
Rod started off at home, and he had 5 hits in 2 days, and they were 3 doubles and 2 home runs.
Yes.
That against the Dayton staff. And now he takes on the Fort Wayne staff, and he went 2 for 20. He also turned 23 years old. Happy birthday, Rodney.
Happy birthday, Rodney Green.
He and Gage Jumper the exact same age. They both
Yeah.
turned 23 in the same day on Sunday. He was pitch tough. He looked a
Okay.
little uncomfortable. There was a
Okay.
game where he came through with a couple of base hits.
Okay.
It's not going to be a light bulb moment for Rodney. Now, at the same time, I think you could make an easy case. Strongest guy on the team.
Yeah.
Absolutely the strongest.
Yeah.
And the fact that he's working with the same hitting coaches that helped him out last year, I think that Luis Baez and Ron Whitmire know how to get the best out of him. Okay, so now we've seen the struggles that beset him last year. Now he's going to take on an excellent West Michigan staff. This is going to be tough. So how does he respond? And I do think it's worth saying, step forward in the first 2 days, step backward at Fort Wayne. Let's
Okay.
see how things are moving forward, because his best is better than others' best. I love that
Right.
about Leo DeVries too. A good game for Leo DeVries is better than your good game.
Yeah, totally right. They're 100% right. That's a
A
good
good game
call.
for Leo means 2 home runs.
Yeah,
A good
absolutely.
game for Rodney means 2 home runs.
Yeah, he's one of those guys, it's interesting. It's like with Leo DeVries, he was struggling to start off the year. And then all of a sudden, Friday, Saturday, he puts together like a 6 for 11, 2 bombs, a double. And the whole first 10 games, he's hitting 220, 210, 230, all of a sudden 330, and that's the kind of explosiveness he has, kind of explosiveness I see with Rodney Green as well.
The hitting coaches, by the way, about Rodney and just about what we're trying to get to over the course of this year. And it's really, forget the mechanics, everything else. His hands are so good, so quick, and so strong. All they're trying to do is simplify it to the pitch comes in, trust your body, let it work. And I
Okay.
think you'll start to see as the season goes on if he's just letting his body work naturally.
2 players from the 2025 draft. Bobby Bozer continues to impress. He continues to be that guy in the leadoff role where he's been most of the year, if not all of it. And then we saw a little bit of a comeback after a slow start from Devin Taylor. What's your takes on both of them as they continue to develop this far early in the season?
First on Bobby Bozer, I asked the manager Javier Godard about Bobby, and I thought we would be talking about his bat, his speed. Javi Godard believes that Bobby Bozer has a major league glove.
Really?
He believes that as this year goes on, everyone is going to see just how good he is defensively, and that his glove is going to carry him right up. And then we'll see as he develops at the plate and everywhere else. So I want us to keep that in our back pocket, because I'm going, all right, let's see how good he is on defense. And he's going to move all around. He's at shortstop. They moved him to third. They're going to see, but his defense is apparently the carrying tool. But what we've seen is he smashes the baseball, and he's got a way of setting a pitcher up. I saw him top spin a ball over a left fielder. I saw him take a slider and spit at it, and then the next pitch was a fastball away, and he inside out jolted it on a line into right field. The speed is great too. He's going to steal bags as this year's going on. He's going to keep on getting on. He's going to keep on scoring runs. So I find his talent exciting, and we're just scratching the surface with Bobby. Devin Taylor has opened up this year in a funk. And to be in a funk and to right now have, in 8 games, 7 walks. He's scored, let's see, a couple of runs. He's got 7 hits, 2 doubles. He's got a sacrifice fly he just delivered the other day. That was a smash to the fence. Let me tell you what to watch for Devin Taylor.
Okay.
The second it gets warmer, he's hit fly balls that have been caught on the track. They're going to go.
Yeah, right. Absolutely. No, I'm with you.
The conditions have not helped him out. All the while, he's still thinking a lot at home plate. He is very, very intellectual.
Yeah.
He is studying the pitcher, trying to figure out the pitch. And right now he's a little bit behind in understanding how pitchers are working him. When it clicks, like this will be, as opposed to Rodney, this is going to be a light bulb moment for Devin, and pitchers are not going to be able to sneak the baseball past him.
All right. I like it. I mean, all A's fans are excited about Devin Taylor, and for when we got him in the draft and coming out of Indiana, his power, everything about him. So it's great to get that update. What's going on with Nate Nankill?
Foot injury. He was just getting off the bus to go to the gym, and he stepped wrong. So I asked him how long it would take to come back to 90% or so, and he said, just give it a couple of days. One of those fluke things that happens during the season.
Jesse, we got a new segment for you. And as we close things up, everybody has their player of the week. Well, we got our thumbnail of the week. Who is going to go on the thumbnail for this week in Lugnuts Weekly? Last week, it was Rodney Green Jr. I'm going to give you our 2 finalists, and you tell me what you think. How can you not have Steven Echevarria as one of the finalists, considering about what he did in his 5 innings of 1-hit ball and 6 strikeouts? And also the other individual, 8th rounder out of Vanderbilt. How can we leave off this individual? We're talking about Davis Diaz. Give us your take on both their weeks. You already did, obviously, and what you foresee them what you can see happening this week for them as they continue.
Well, I can see as Echevarria's pitch count gets less restrictive,
right?
He's going to be making a case to be the thumbnail of the week most weeks. And I think you and I are going to say, this is Etch's week.
Absolutely.
But not this week.
Not this
Davis Diaz, best hitter in the Midwest League, thumbnail of the week.
100%. All right. I like it. And this week, big 6-game set against Western Michigan in Lansing. First game, 6:05 Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. Who's your probables in that one, Jess?
This is what I wanted to finish off with, Booney. I got my guy up my sleeve that I want you to watch this week, and it's the Tuesday starting pitcher. Jackson Finley was a 2-way star at Georgia Tech. Could really hit. Missed all of last year due to bone spurs. What I want you and what I want everyone to watch when Jackson's on the mound, he pitches with presence. He's a guy. His younger brother's in the Red Sox organization. His younger brother has taken on Dylan Fiend's younger brother, who's in the Nationals organization, that other league. They were talking about it.
Yeah.
Jackson Finley on the mound wants to bully you. He's got a fastball. He's got a couple of breaking pitches that are good. I think that the more he gets back to being himself after missing all last year, and he's going to make his first start of the season in this opener, watch out for Jackson Finley, the Yellow Jacket.
Jackson Finley went 4 innings in relief last week, allowed 2 hits, struck out 3, didn't allow any runs. So, when I saw that, I was like, another 8th round pick, 2023 8th round pick. We got Davis Diaz, 2024 8th round pick. Jesus. Unbelievable. Jesse, I can't wait. We're going to end with the Lugnuts weekly song. I mean, I don't know how this song didn't win a Grammy. Maybe next year. Appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate you too. Go nuts.
All right.
See what we mean. Get ready to yell. Get ready to scream. Ready to